Welcome back to the new episode, guys. It's me, Basil, and it's episode 41. GregTech New Horizons, Garden of Grind. It's been a couple of days since I last streamed, so today hopefully we'll be able to do something. I don't know my current goal. I've never thought I didn't know it. I would love not to know the goal, because it's to build a iron tank maximum size, and I think it is a very tedious task to do. And I don't wanna do it, but we already started. We have built the foundation for it, partly, but built. And all we have to do is wait. There's a zombie there. Hi, Larvae. How are you doing? What's that? HBY. Is it like humbly doing? So automating XP berries isn't really an option. We've learned that during our last episode. But I've watched a VOD of a guy play full piano. I think I rated him once. He plays GOG as well, and he's so far away from me. I don't even know. He's got like hundreds of fields of these berries. It's just, the guy's on a completely different level than me. And one thing that he did with these XP berries is, I was wondering how he automated that. He didn't. But he pressed some fancy buttons that allowed him to craft dusts in batches of 16 buckets. So whenever I'm crafting something, I'm like standing here on this platform, and then I'm like having my 8 buckets here, and then I pull out the bucket, and it's always like 1 bucket at a time. What I noticed he did, he was dropping them buckets on the ground, and whenever he had to pick them up, instead of picking them up, he would just... Oh, I think he did the same thing that I do. It's just that he had a lot more buckets. He would stand here and literally collect hundreds of buckets of experience on the floor, and then he would stand where he's supposed to pick them up, and he would go and empty them here by pressing shift click, I think. Shift right, shift left click. So if I want that to be faster, I just need more buckets and a bigger fluid tank, because 32,000 is just not cutting it. But I don't think I want to craft those buckets. That's gonna cost a lot of iron, which I have better use for. Some random dudes coming up. Who are you? Did I forget? Yeah, sure. I covered all the corners of that thing, but I forgot about the middle. Oh. Oh no. What am I doing? How do I stop this? Okay. So we wanted to go to sleep. I think we can try to work with another batch of iron. We miscalculated the thing. Apparently we did a lot more than what we counted, which is why we are covering the floor and the top of this thing. It's gonna take us, I don't know, hundreds more of iron. So this this setup right here is pretty stable with the amount of buckets it has. Let's go ahead and I want to have 32 buckets. $12. It would be better if that thing could spill the buckets on the floor. Do I just throw them out like this? What do I want to craft? Guess we should go for silver. I wanna look at this clip. It wasn't a clip. It was him playing. Will I be able to catch this thing where he did that? I don't think so. But we'll try. So I think it was a stream of 3 days ago. Yeah. It stopped right where I watched it, so it's we're gonna figure it out now. So what he does is he's got 16. He's got stacks of empty buckets. Each is 16 because you can get more. Then he takes the whole stack and just manually pressing on that little thing right here. I'll show you. What he does is he takes 16 and then he does that. What cannot fit into your inventory just gets onto the floor, and then you do that. So the only problem is having, well, it's not really automation because yeah, it allows you to quickly deplete the tank with liquid XP, but the problem is that the tank does not get filled on its own, you know? If I don't stand on this little shower thing, then there is nothing inside, and therefore it's not automated. And there is not a single legit way of automating this thing right now for him, because I've checked the berries thing. The only thing I can do with them to turn them into liquid XP is... Really? Is that true? Right in the center, right? I didn't know that. I was thinking like maybe I could just stack them on top of each other so that they give more of a speed boost, but apparently you can just really stand on in the center of this thing. Well, that's a legit idea. Yeah, but again, it's not. So I've already told you that the concentrated essence berry can turn into liquid XP only through fluid extractor, and it is a very slow recipe. Very, very slow recipe. So what we're talking about is eating stacks of berries. 5 seconds per, yeah, and yeah, I've already looked at it and I said no. I nope the hell out of there. Well, I'm not saying that I wouldn't find time to stand on a tank for a few minutes just to fill it up while I'm not doing anything. Like I would have my own dock or something where I would be standing while I'm doing my thinking, and I will be draining all the experience into the tank. That's fine. Even better if you could actually put 4 XP drains into 4 tanks, because you cannot have 4 XP drains on it that go to a single tank. What else are we missing? Is there some kind of super obvious thing that we're missing? What if we talk about the XP shower? This thing sprays the experience out from the fluid tank in the form of orbs, which you can pick up, or which can get drained into a... Wait, the showers are actually super useful, I think. No, I'm not gonna go through fluid extractors. I have an idea how to imagine this thing with 4 drains works. You could theoretically have a shower coming out of every tank that would spill all the experience that's in the tanks, and then you can have a hopper. Oh, it's super slow. The vacuum hopper that sucks all the experience orbs in, but it is very, very slow. It's like 50 every second. 50 millibuckets. It's not gonna work. So the speed is about 2 buckets a second if you stand like this. What's this guy doing? I'm gonna look at his setup and see if he's just standing there and making stacks of silver. He doesn't have any experience levels. It's just he's just working with. There's something underneath that tank that he's got. Large aluminum fluid cell. He's working with fluid cells. He's got the iron tank on top of. That's strange. Well, I sort of understand that. What's this thing called? It's just a work table. So he's got a work table. On top of the work table, he's got the tank. I don't know if that does anything. I don't think so. And above the tank, he's got above the fluid tank, which we also have. He's got the iron tank. So I think what it does is he sends all the fluid from the iron tank into this tank, because here you can actually, interact with the liquid. There's a barrel on top of this. Steel barrel. There's something I'm missing. My simple little brain cannot understand that. What must be done? I'm out of ideas. I feel that there's something. And whenever I do that, it means there is something. Because otherwise I wouldn't have played this far. Because I've only played this far because I had a feeling that something is ahead. I need to follow that, but it's like I'm in some Bronze Age or something in real life, and I'm trying to think of a way to make a rocket to space. And I'm like, well, I know that theoretically, well, I don't even know that going to space is possible. And I'm trying to think of a way to get there. Of course, I'm not gonna get there. It's because the technology of my time, or the brains that I have right now, simply is not enough. They're simply not enough to get me there. The dude doesn't have any shower drains or anything. I want to see this setup. I You're thinking he's got an array? Well, at his level, he might have that. And he won't even flinch, you know, with the amount of resources he's got. I know that for myself, it's not possible at the moment. I really want to try to play in the humbler way. What he's got, these huge factories, I'm just... Not that I'm not a fan of that. I'm just gonna get confused having all this. I'm also thinking that I am considering the wrong things at the moment. I should just be expanding rather than trying to automate everything right away. And the expansion is not possible without... without our beloved iron tank, which we're now currently building. Okay, I've done the bottom side. Now let's move on to the top side. This is where the valve will be. I don't know, let's try to browse Discord. Oh, 2.8.1 is out. The full changelog since 2.8 can be found here. Let's read. I can't read these things. Is it crucial to update? We wait until it's like 2.8.3 or something. I think that the bugs are minor. Oh, these guys don't have the idea. All they think is they're also thinking about this fluid extractor thing. "'Tis nothing but a dream." Why am I even bothering with silver if I've got all the silver I need? Why am I doing it? I just duped all the silver with Thumbcraft. Am I stupid or something? General unattentiveness. So what am I spending experience on then? We've got some sulfur, some glass dust, which actually might be useful considering the cost of that thing we're gonna build. Let's get the... $30. It's quite expensive. So what's the problem then? What do we need? My grandpa's name is Huge Ass. Is that some kind of singularity happening with the bots? They're starting to crack jokes. One. We should finish with this thing first. A diamond block. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Really? That's what's supposed to be fun today? Wow. You know what that means? Means we can get the rest of the diamond spikes for our farm. If I'm not wrong in my calculations. But I probably am. So how many diamonds do we have? Oh, we've got 2 diamonds, 10 diamond plates, and 1 block of diamond, which means that we are right there. We've got all the plates in the world we need. We can get the diamond sword done super easily. Just need some sticks. What? Wow. Sword done. And 2 screws. That has to be done through a... So basically, 1 more diamond. It's just that we're going to be cutting it for like a few 100 seconds at least. Yeah, 200 seconds. And then from 1 diamond rod we can get 4 diamond bolts. And then from 4 diamond bolts in lathe we can get the diamond screws, yes. But again, I'm thinking that I should have it already. Start cutting the diamond. Hope that this thing survives. It should. Let's just stop the craft of the assembler machine. and wait for some measly 400 seconds. Now, what I want is to get the education on spikes. It's an enchantment, which I cannot Google for some reason. This is the kind of enchantment we cannot get in an enchanter, right? Soulbound, Luck of the Sea, Fortune Unbreaking, Looting, Knockback, Thorns Sharpness, Aqua Affinity, Fire Protection, XP Boost. Well, this is what I need. But there's a problem. The enchanter comes with a Vibrant Crystal, which is MV, which is an MV recipe in an assembler, and a Pulsating 9, which is also MV, plus a book, an enchanting table, which is its own problem, and Dark Steel, which needs EBF apparently. Not sure how viable an enchanting table and disenchanting table would be for you. Well, the only thing that I think it's gonna be viable for is getting the XP boost enchantment from a special enchanter thing that is done through an enchantment table, so that I can... Yeah, I do have XP for days, but imagine if I somehow find a way... Imagine I'll find a way to spend all my experience quickly and use all the materials that I got from that, and then it means that sooner or later we'll have to have more experience. But it I don't know when it's gonna happen. I'm starting to have doubts that what I do is actually legit. I'm thinking that I play wrong. That I'm supposed to scale like crazy instead of running around on one chunk trying to do everything manually. I'm starting to doubt that this way of playing is gonna get me anywhere in this game. Yeah, it's very weird. I want to see that it invites me with open hands for who I am, you know? Like, I'm that kind of player that never likes to scale like crazy. And I want to see this GOG thing sort of bend underneath me to my will or whatever, and that I will be able to play this game the way I want it to play. I want to play it, and it's not gonna bend me instead, you know? Make me want to do crazy stuff. For now, all I do is acceptable because, well, I do it. But there are certain things that I'm not ready to accept yet, and I think that's gonna shake my reality a bit. Sooner or later. And if I don't allow this to happen, it means that I'll probably drop the game, because if I don't do it, then what's the point? If I don't ever allow this game to shake my world. Or is it like shake up my world? Shake my world up? Either way, you understood me. So let's place those spikes. For that, we'll have to enter our super cheaty peaceful mode. So I think if I somehow succeed in playing this GOG and stabilize myself, I will write down the rules which I abode, the rules which I followed, and those are gonna be red-wrenching certain things to avoid loading a backup, then using peaceful mode when I want to rebuild a farm. All of that is just to save time, and some other rules. I think I can set it underneath my stream. But again, if I want to stream another game, people are gonna be crazy. Like, what the hell did he write down? If it's the other game, I don't know where people write that thing down. Do they have some kind of like menu for that? All said and done. I don't think it's gonna matter what I did right now. Are they gonna drop more experience? I don't think so. So soon enough I'm finishing the top wall of my tank, and then only the sides will be left. One can say that crafting them is slower, because the recipe is not 30 seconds but 40, but you missed one part, is where each recipe gets you 2 iron tank gauges. And that means it's gonna be about 1.8, 1.6 faster than what we're doing now. But there will be twice as many walls to cover at the same time, so I don't know. I don't want to stop anymore with some side quests and stuff on the way to finishing the tank. We had to stop to get diamonds and to collect some more steam. I don't want to do that anymore. I think we have enough. Yeah, it's barely dipping. Let's theory craft a bit. If I get everything that I want, like this tank for example, what does it mean? What kind of layout do I want to use? First of all, I want that to be always filled, which means I'll have to run a lot of solar boilers, and I already have a setup for them right here. And none of that is a problem. Large steel fluid pipe, 9,600 buckets per second. So they already want us to do something with oil? Because I see a basic distillery quest. It gives 64 empty cells. That is crazy. And there's like methane, butane, and propane. There's light and heavy fuel. There's LPG, which is used in a gas turbine, which is what? It has a very huge fuel value. And apparently it can be used to do something. So the refinery gas can be turned into propane. Natural gas. Sulfuric gas. We can get methane from wood. I don't know, I don't think it's a good idea. I think we should stick to boilers for now. Alright, 5 more tank walls. Okie dokie. So what do we need now? $21. Almost a stack of steel. That's crazy. There's a quest that wants us to get this many. Oh, wait. Actually, wants us to get 4 stacks of steel. It's a 4 brick blast furnace quest. I have a feeling that it's not the only iron tank we're gonna get. We need another one for experience. Okay, we've got a lot of things that we should be doing. Some microcrafting maybe. Something that does not require us to use the assembly machine, which is already booked for the whole day. What can we do? I think we should get another crop manager. Just to have it, you know. Or while we're waiting for all this, we can start on crops. Why not? I mean, I have to do it eventually. I don't have netherrack. I should have it. Which dye? The magenta one. Oh. Actually, we have a lot of dyes. They're just not conventional. We've got the super bacon. That's gonna get us through the night. And many other nights. Looks kind of sus. This glass. I think it's gonna change once it's formed. Because this one doesn't have any borders. Yeah, crop sticks. So we need a cutting machine. Or lathe. I think it's lathe. Yep. And this is the first time in this game that I have thought about the world accelerator. As far as I remember, crop sticks are a tile entity. I used to use a world accelerator to get crops. 6 amps. We can barely produce 2 amps. 6 is gonna destroy the whole conception of being compact about our setup. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Okay, the first wall out of 4 is almost finished. With that speed, we'll be able to get this thing done in about an hour, I think. But our steam is running low, slowly but steadily. Oh, we've got some crop sticks here. Let's start the breeding process. I never understood the layout the game proposes, something about crisscrossing the whole thing. What I do is just plant these things like that. So what do we want to do? I don't know, I think we should go with sugar canes to get this decreed first. This is my idea of how this should be done. And a weeding trowel is something I think we should get. I think we should get that. Yeah. Higher chance of yielding a seed bag. Yeah, this one. I don't know why we need the middle one. Why do we need a middle one? We don't need the middle one. I used to have a middle one, I just don't remember what for. Oh, what's it gonna crossbreed with? It cannot crossbreed diagonally. I don't know if it can crossbreed like in an angle kind of way, like an angle, like not 90 degrees. Can it do that? I don't know. I also want to plant XP berries here and see if they can breed with something. Okay, the first wall is done. 3 to go. No. I'm gonna go with reed first. I'm gonna need a reliable chest here where I can store everything I want from the crossbreeding. Maybe we should follow the quests. 32 unknown seeds. Super easy. Goldfish plant. The goldfish? The one that yells is crazy? Yeah? Does it still yell? The goldfish. It used to yell like crazy. I would use that to get fish oil for epoxy during my last run. Sapphirem. So you're saying you can get sapphires out of that? Carnidina. I was asking myself why the hell is this reed growing this fast, and then realized that I changed the Y level of my base, and that's why. Yeah, that's why. We need to stop this craft of glass for some time, because it's gonna getting really expensive. And we also need to stop it because we need to refill our tanks and build a trowel actually. We need 2 steel rods and 1 cell of rubber. I will try to follow the quests. What's the difference between garden soil and fertilized dirt if both are unsusceptible to me jumping on them? Now let's wait for some time. Dense steel plate? What? I'm gonna get it anyway. I wanna be thorough with it. 3 dense steel plates, why not? Why the hell not? Ah, that's why, because it's MV. Yeah, it's MV. No dense. Nothing. Why is the spider outside? Was it pushed out? Okay, this thing is really laggy right now, I think. I don't want to have more than one plot of land, 3x3, for crossbreeding because I think I won't be able to look after that. It's just gonna get drowned in weeds. Yeah, that's kind of slow. Not a single breed now. Oh, what did I do? Do I have more farmland? Or fertilized dirt? Let's get more. All we need is bone meal and some dirt. I think I should have more. Oh, there's something. Do we need like a scanner or something to know what I grew? Is that necessary? What about the tricoder? I think this guy is magnifying glass. I'm trying to see where plant lens. Right, I had it. It's somewhere in the chest. Well, maybe not exactly here, but at the bottom. Yeah, I already did it. I already crafted it before. I just forgot. And while we're here, I think we should get 32 unknown seeds just to complete the quest. And these seeds I'm gonna get through the berries. The useless berries right here. They are... Yeah, and I wanted to ask why. What does it do that other types of soils can't? For example, the fertilized dirt is also... the plants on it are also indestructible. What's the difference? Is it the fact that I'm actually multiplying my dirt by 2? Yeah, the fertilized dirt also doesn't need water, but I can see here that if I can get seed oil, which I can get that, because I already got the fluid extractor, and then sand and dirt, yeah, basically multiplies dirt. As you can... Fertilized dirt recipe is just dirt, bone meal, and water. Yeah, it kind of has that 1-to-1 ratio with dirt, which makes it less... which makes it more expensive than the garden soil. So I think I understand what you're getting at. Yeah, you are correct. Okay. Not the blood moon again. That's not good. We completed the known seeds quest. Whenever I'm looking at a quest tab, thinking that, oh, let's do some quests, I'm reminding myself that I'm in GOG, which is a very weird thing, as we have found out recently. And I'm thinking, like, maybe I shouldn't even bother completing the starter quests for any tab, because sooner or later I'm going to choke, because there isn't going to be something that I need for further progression. But here in breeding, in the breeding tab, I can actually see completing the whole thing, because it's just breeding. You get those things out of nowhere. You don't need any extra anything, right? You start with the reed, you get through to sticky reed, whatever that's called, and then you're good, right? You can get anything you want. So the plant lens says that this is brown mushrooms. I don't even know if I need it. If I need the brown mushrooms or anything. Is that gonna give me any kind of progression in I hate Blood Moon. I bet people disable this thing just because of the of the fact that it doesn't allow to skip it. Finishing the second wall, 4 blocks left. Two more walls to go. I think we're gonna be, yeah, looking sexy. But Larvae, what do you think? Is this glass gonna sort of like diffuse with each other or something, leaving out those borders that look unsexy? Is it gonna turn into one single window pane, glass pane or something? Because I don't like this. I don't like this kind of grid. Makes me feel like I'm in jail or something, or like in a padded room. Because I can see that this 1x2 it doesn't have any borders. Not one pane. Yeah, life is pain. Alright, we got some more friends. Oh, this is just weed. And this is going to be reed. Max size of shrooms, which it just destroyed. I'm gonna skip the reed and just get the sticky once I have it. The rest is not interesting anyway. So Larvae, if you had to choose 2 things to build, then you will have like a ticket for a full amount of resources, would you go for steam multi-block, the one that's the alloy fuser, whatever you call it, or would you go for a tank, the biggest tank ever? What would you do if you were in my spot? I know you advocated for building a multi-block fuser, and I still think that's I actually think that's viable and pretty easy to do, because I learned that apparently you can duplicate bronze, and it's pretty simple, straightforward. If I'm able to duplicate a lot of bronze, then maybe it's actually pretty. Yeah. What would you rather build? An iron tank of full size, or a steam multi-block, the fuser, which does 8 recipes at a time. If you had like a ticket for the full amount of resources for one of those 2 things, what would you do if you were in my spot? That's what I thought. I'm playing solely based on your preferences, if you didn't notice that. What Larvae says, that goes. Yeah. Well, that's a bit expensive. I'm yeah, I understand where you're getting at. But there's this thing about this game when you want to achieve something so hard that you begin to overachieve things. And building a steel tank is probably one of those things. It's like if I chase that dream of getting it, then by the time I get it, I'll be totally drained and I won't ever be able to get distracted from that continuous improving of my tank, and then I'll just stand there and think like, okay, now I have billions of steam. How do I use it? And you're like losing the interest in the game because you've got all you wanted, and that's it. So I think I'm gonna stop once I have this iron tank, and then we'll try to work on infrastructure just a bit. Because our infrastructure sucks ass. In the 3 seconds of your absence, you didn't miss anything. Yeah, and imagine I was dreaming about getting a full battery. How much tiers I had to use. You counted that, I think. And now I'm almost at a point where I can just have more than that. And I didn't have to wait for thousands of hours. Yeah. I know a guy who, I think I've already talked about this guy. He's like a Russian streamer. He doesn't stream now, but he also plays GTNH. And this dude played up until the latest tiers of the game, which is UHV, one of the latest tiers. Not the super late game, but anyway. And he realized that he needed, in order to build a mothership for the last parts of space, he needed Kevlar. And he started like looking at this thing, and he realized, and people told him as well, because he had a huge Discord channel where people just tell him things. All of those people told him to get the B for that, and he didn't do B's at all. So he just did that. He spent about 20 episodes getting B's, and well, he had a lot of resources to just get the neutronium comb that allows you to get the Mutatron, I think, or the advanced Mutatron. So it was not too hard for him to do that. And he finally got to that Kevlar B, and it gave him everything he needed. Like, those ingots are more than enough to get you all the Kevlar you need for your needs up until the end of the game. And this dude, just because he was thinking, like, why not? He started getting the Kevlar the legit way through a chemical processing. You know, like it has about 52 steps or something, the Kevlar line, and he did that. And what I'm saying is, I could have been as stubborn as he was, and I could probably just, out of spite, the people that think clearly and with common sense, out of spite for them, I could have just started my journey on an LV battery buffer, 16x LV battery buffer, with just by farming gas tiers and stuff. That would have been the same thing as he did with the Kevlar, which is to gain it through bees, which is more than enough. And then just out of spite for something, he started making this whole processing line. It's crazy. I don't know what you have to have inside your soul to do that. It's like self-torturing at a maximum level. And then the dude quit after some time, and he hasn't been back yet in about 5 months already, maybe even more. He's sort of a slower player, I think. Like, he likes to drag out things and build interesting contraptions with use of open computers and stuff. So he's super smart, but very like he likes to pace his game, whatever you call it when you want to play slowly. But this moment where he just did the thing and decided to do it the other way around, it was equivalent to me dropping the Garden of Grind because I lost motivation and restarting it a month later just because I didn't feel like returning to the same thing. People actually do that. Not with the GOG, of course. Nobody's gonna restart the GOG if they already have a world. So as I've already said many times, no offense, but I think GTNH New Horizons is a game for people with different types of mental disorders and disabilities. It's just that most of the people are societally accepted in the world, but they've got so much bugs in their heads that this is the game where it all leaks into, you know? I don't think there's a single player in this world that plays GTNH New Horizons and that is fully mentally stable. I think you have to have something in your head to play this game. Some kind of funny situation must be happening. Hi, Countersoul. Read. I'm gonna get rid of read. I think I should start collecting the mana beans in case I ever need a lot of aspects, a lot of research points at the same time. Do people actually use the machines to get the better genes for crops? Or do they just breed it on the field until it's like 23, 31, 0? I remember I was getting the stats higher on my crops, but I don't remember using any of the synthesizers or anything. Crop replicator. Well, the replicator is actually legit if you don't want to wait. And especially if you want to move your seeds somewhere else, you can just replicate a lot of seeds and plant them somewhere else with a crop manager. Okay, one wall left. And then we'll be chilling. So how many glass blocks is a wall? So it is 6 by 7. 42? 42 it is. But the problem is that our steam is almost over. Let's wait for some time. I remember I was doing peanuts for the seed oil, not this bullshit barley seeds, which gives 3 millibuckets. It's just, it's laughable. Three. Read again. Breeding did not go as planned. I didn't achieve anything. But I know it's a very cruel process. And I've been lucky enough to been lucky in different other areas, so maybe this one will actually do nothing for me. We need like a bucket of seed oil because we cannot pick up more than that. I mean less than that. Okay, there's some kind of fancy thing growing. Salt root. I think it's cool. Wow, it's actually really that easy. Yeah, yeah. I know that it gives salt, which in turn is chlorine. Yeah. So how do I I think I let this grow and probably have an offspring, right? The other one, so that if this one fails, if this one doesn't give me a seed bag, I'll get it from the other one, right? I shouldn't just wait for it to grow. And then, yeah, I should probably have some. Yeah, I have my. I have a plan to get more farmland, the one you told me to get, and then I'll be able to make this farm a bit wider. Salt root. Wow. Okay. So each root in a chemical bath gives me salpeter. That's what you call it. Yeah, Axe, it just got the salt root out of nowhere. I was hoping for a sticky reed because I only started and gave me salt root after about half an hour of waiting. So I guess I'm lucky, right? No, I don't know. It only started to grow. I'm afraid to misclick the thing, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. But it's not our main project of today's stream. Today's stream is also about getting the steam tank, a huge iron steam tank, and I've also I've almost built it, I would say. Really, this one. So you want to build? You also want to build it like a garden, right? Because it's a garden. Well, I bet you probably did it a lot better than I did because I kind of stopped once I got some chunks done. I didn't want to spend more time building the thing. I just wanted to move and start getting the resources and stuff. So I just started playing instead of building. Maybe I'll continue. I don't know. I'm glad that a professional base builder you are and you stole something from me. Man, just take it. You're not stealing anything. Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's the way I imagined it, I think. Looks cozy as hell, yeah. I didn't think that having rocks and the growth over them in the middle of the chunk is something I wanted to do, but now that I'm seeing it, and you also incorporated growth on the blast furnaces, on the field I can see on the drawers. Yeah. And what's that structure that's made out of is that like a skeleton farm where the research table is close to? Right. If you look like straight in a straight way. What do you mean, I don't know what to call it. What do you mean it's not in the UK? It's like, it's banned there or something? I'm gonna tell you where I'm looking at it from, having no VPN whatsoever. You won't believe me. Because it's so rare that something is not banned today in where I live. Actually, I'm lucky. I can stream now. Who knows what's gonna happen next? Yeah, I understand, but why does it affect an adult? Oh, okay. I think the dude trampled my crops. Let's get a few. How did you spawn there? There are a bunch of trampled crops. Look. Can I get like this here? I understand, yeah. Well, what can you do? And if you ask why the hell am I streaming, and if in my country all the payouts or anything are basically banished from existence, which means I get nothing from all that I'm doing here, even if I had like thousands of views, I have no answer. Axie, what if you started playing Garden of Grind because you saw me playing this thing and you realized that you can do a lot better than that? And you started on your own journey, and to facilitate that thought, you built the base the same way I did? It's like you could have just asked for a seed, right? If that was the case. I'm joking, of course. Yeah, and I was heavily punished by this joke. What did anything break here? I don't think so. I think we're good. Just a bunch of blocks. And I'm afraid that the lava will be... Oh my god, so much trash. What kind of pain? The pain from playing this game? Pain is real. Yeah, yeah. I was saying earlier that just during this weekend I was like thinking, should I stream? And then I was like, but the game is so slow, so I don't know. I've said a lot of times that I will finish the run and blah blah blah, but you never know if that's serious. I never believe myself when I say some things like that, because I believe that every second now I can just forget about this whole thing like a nightmare, you know, and never come back, or come back when most of you have already moved on, you know. I miss I miss Greg Tech, you know, like New Horizons. I miss the overworld. I miss the ability to build in the void dimension. I miss the game, you know. And what I'm doing now is just basically sitting here hungry, stagnating all the time, dreaming about things I cannot get because it's like I was born different. But if I ever go play just Greg Tech, I don't know. I don't even think I should be streaming that, because there's been so many there have been so many people doing that already, and they do such a great job at it, like UXE, with hardcore, with base building, you know. So it's either I'm doing that or I don't do anything. That's what I realize about this game right now. Sometimes it's fun to progress, even at a slower pace. The reward is usually stronger. The feeling. But I'm not sure what I'm faced against. Maybe there's an end soon somewhere. Maybe I get to this part where I have to wait for thousands of years to build. To get the green sapphires or whatever the hell you need to do for 2 million scrap boxes. Yes, that's a legit way of doing things. And guys, you can congratulate me. We've finished the tank. I don't want to destroy the old one. To get the valves, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get the valve from... Actually, it's so nasty that I would rather want to destroy. Well, I got the bronze. I can spare some. It's no problem for us. 4 iron screws. I think I saw them somewhere. And 2 iron bars. 1, 3. Don't want to destroy the old tank because it's gonna cause some problems with the machines. I want to leave everything as is. And then just slowly move everything over to the First rule of base building and base transferring is that you never destroy your energy network when you move bases, because sooner or later you'll realize that you still need to do something in your initial base, but what do you know? You've already took everything, you've already taken down everything, and you can't get it anywhere. No, just the XP berries for now. I'm kind of thinking about getting the second crop manager now that I've got the tank, but I also need to work on the tank, I need to work on the machines and the way that my infrastructure is gonna work, so it's gonna take some time, and then I'll continue doing the thing I was doing, which is scaling. Don't want to scale a lot, but we'll get there anyway. I want to get iron, I think. It's only one valve, so it's super expensive. I just lost all my bronze trying to do that. You're nuts. So expensive. Okay, I think we're ready to form this structure. Did we do everything we needed to do? It's not forming. What did I miss? Did I miss a glass block or something somewhere? I'm inside it. Does that count as? Yes, it's formed now. Wow. Well, it's cuter than I thought. Done it. Ta-da! So what's the next step? I think I'm gonna be wrapping up for today, but before that, let's figure out a next step. Yeah, what's the storage of this thing? 10 million. Yeah, actually, I understand. I also am getting those things too fast, and I don't know where to use them. So sometimes just eat those things so that they don't stagnate. I understand you. Have you already tried thinking about automating the setup? Have you already faced the idea that you have to have a lot of electricity, energy, in order to automate that? Have you already thought about getting fluid extractor, which if you don't know, it's very slow and very energy hungry, so you need about 4 of those extractors at least in order to be efficient with this setup. So there is no automation here for now. So our base are starting to look like an industrial something, I think. I don't think I like the garden look anymore. Maybe we should go with something more high-techy. It's been done many times, but I still think that we can do something here. It's like we started from this garden, and now we're slowly moving on to the next stage. Oh yeah, benzene, yeah. That can help you, of course. So the output is in the bottom. So the machines should probably be... Oh. Let me place the torches on top of this thing. Oh, you're saying this is like a tile entity or something? Means that there can be no mobs on it. That's convenient. So what I want to have is a huge pipe. Yeah, a huge pipe. You didn't see a pipe huger than that. Hugest pipe ever. That let me just theorycraft here. Steam, steel. Huge steel pipe. 20,000. I mean 20 buckets per second. Each is 12 steel. Potent? Yup. I can see how that can be useful. Lead. Yeah. And it's better than steel, right? Well, yeah, it's a bit better than steel. Though it says heat limit 2000K versus 2,500 K Kelvin, right? Of a huge steel fluid pipe. Is it gonna matter anywhere? This heat limit thing? Because potent looks really potent. It's just that the lead is not really an option for us. Because patches aren't a thing for us. Why don't they add lead to the list of XP bucket crafts? Are they stupid? Fluid pipe, what else do we have? Steel. What about those rubber pipes? Or PTFE, and this is chemistry, right? It's huge chemistry shit. Tetrafluoroethylene. No. So I'm thinking either bronze or steel is fine for us now. Potent is just out of the question for now. So I get the hugest pipe that I can get, and then I lead it somewhere there, across this chunk, and then split it into two different directions. The first direction is going to be just steam machines, the ones that I've already that I have left, and the ones that are good for me, maybe even some multi-blocks here and there. And the other pipe, the second pipe that's going to be ramificating from that one, will be the one responsible for carrying over all the steam to the turbines, which then are going to lead into a branch that is LV machines. This is how I see it now. What's the problem with the setup? Is the first problem is that before we embody all that, or before we do all that, we must first worry about getting at least 16 solar panels, solar boilers, and then we'll talk. This 10 million, if I have like 4 to 5 to 6 LV machines working at the same time, it's gonna deplete very fast. Actually, I thought it was gonna be like 50 million, not like 10. 10 is not a lot. I don't think the sacrifice that I've made is worthy. But okay, I'll try to theorize some more when I'm offline, doing some other things in my life. maybe I will be able to figure something out about this game and what we need to do next. But for now, yeah, I don't like the size of it. It's not that much. It should be like 100 million or something, considering how much more of that resource I've spent. Maybe I'm just missing a bigger picture here. That backlog is nothing if you don't have the production, because 10 million is gonna run just as, it's gonna run out just as fast as 500,000, you know, because 10 million, 500,000, to me it sounds the same. You kind of want to hear a different class of numbers when you talk about it, like 500,000, 500 million. Yes, I've thought about it, and I'm going to do it once I establish the Steam production. I have looked at a Thumbcraft recipe that does the bronze duping, and it means that bronze is easily I understand, Larvae, yeah. Maybe I'm underestimating the whole thing. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching me today. I guess I'll see you next time. Hopefully I won't... Oh, yeah, I tried duping all of that. Yeah. So, see you next time, guys, and hope I don't get burned out or anything, and hope I don't get tired at work, and I'll be able to continue playing this at least a few times a week, maybe. See you in VODs, yeah. They're gonna keep coming, yeah, anyway. I'm just gonna load this one up in about 1 or 2 days, so yeah. Goodbye, guys. See you next time.